everybody, and welcome to this Dream11 Style 10-10 tournament here at the National Cricket Stadium. Today is going to be a very interesting match between two very important teams that would have to work hard to pull their way through. Match number 28 here, the Bayleaf Blasters coming up against the Nutmeg Warriors. It should be a very interesting match indeed. Well, before we give you the lineup, and before we have some pre-match comments, let's go down to Kerry Frank, who is with the two captains for the toss.
Welcome to the toss in what we can regard as a quarter-final matchup between Nutmeg Warriors and Bayleaf Blasters. The teams are equal on points. The winner of this one advances to the next round. We have with us the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, our captains, Andrew Fletcher and Devon Smith, and our third umpire for this match, Mr. Jerome Fraser. Mr. Match referee, over to you. The call is a tail, and it's a head. Nutmeg Warriors have won the toss. Andre, you've won yesterday. Put yourself back in contention for the semi-final. Winning the toss this morning. What's the decision of the Nutmeg Warriors?
We would have a bowl first.
I guess it's no surprise. All your success has come chasing. Coming up against a very good team, Devon Smith-led team. You know of his capabilities. What do you think might be a total you don't want to restrict them to?
Well, obviously, as low as possible, but at the same time, I want to be realistic. Anything that is under, 90. Honestly, I would take that any day. So it's just for us as a bowling unit to come out and execute as well as possible and try our best to restrict them.
Yesterday we saw from you in your innings, you did score a lot of runs, you did score quickly, but there seemed to have been a different level of concentration. Probably you wanted to bat right through. Was that the aim?
Yeah, the coach has been asking for me to bat the full 10. It's not that I don't have that intention every time I bat, but yesterday I decided to just be a bit more calm and try to bat as deep as possible, and I'm thankful that I actually, brought victory to the team.
This match features two of Grenada's most celebrated and decorated cricketers, yourself and Devon Smith. How does it feel coming up, meeting him in what is regarded as a quarter-final match?
It's a great feeling. Smith is one I always look up to. He, Junior Murray, Raul Lewis, they are the ones that actually set the platform for people like me and Pascal and the others to come. So, it's a great honor to, play against him, and hopefully I can come out on the winning side and just shake his hand and tell him tough luck.
All right, well, Andrew, congratulations so far in the tournament and all the best to today's match.
All right, thanks very much.
Devon, we're not going to even spend a minute talking about yesterday's performance. I think everybody want to forget that from your team's perspective. But batting first and that wicket, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a good wicket to bat. Once we bat properly, put a decent total on the board, it's possible we can go and defend it.
All right, it's a quarter-final matchup. Basically, quarter-final matchup between yourselves and Nutmeg Warriors. Win this one, you're playing the semi-finals. How have you been able to motivate the guys from yesterday to this morning?
To be honest, we have to believe in ourselves. Whatever gone, gone. We have to believe in ourselves. Today's another day, another opportunity. Once we perform to the best of our ability, once we do the most of the things right, we'll come out on top.
Yeah, we match number 28 in the 30 matches in the round robin stage of the tournament, playing Andrew Fletcher for your final round robin match. How does it feel coming up against one of the most talented Grenadian batsmen ever produced by Grenada?
It's a good feeling. It's always good to play against Fletcher. He's a guy who really loves the game and really have a passion about the game. The only thing we have to do, try and get him early as possible. Because a lot of them rely on him, to get the momentum. So as long as we get him early, then we think we have a big chance.
All right, well, definitely we want to wish you guys all the best at today's match and hope for the best outcome for you all in the match.
Thank you very much.
All right, so this was the toss. Just to recap, Nutmeg Warriors have won the toss and they've inserted Bayleaf Blasters to bat.
The news is that Nutmeg Warriors, they've won the toss and they've sent Bayleaf Blasters in to bat. This is a very important match, Rafael, for these two teams.
Yeah, very important match. Actually, today will be a very important day for a number of the teams. Both teams on 7 points. And I think really both teams will be looking to win this encounter. So we expect it to be very exciting.
Yeah, we would give you the lineup during the course of this over. But Devon Smith, of course, opening there with Leon Chichester. And Akeem Alexis is going to bowl from the northern or Dabo end. It's a packed off-side field, quite expected. As here is the first ball of the day. Alexis bowls to Smith, who is getting one down the leg side. And there's a stifle appeal for leg before. Smith was just looking to turn that behind square on the leg side, didn't make contact. I think it might have been a bit of contact onto the pad. Smith is in once more, is there once more, and here is Alexis bowling. Nicely flighted delivery, tantalizing delivery, one that teased him. He threw it up in the air, maybe asking Devon Smith to come down the track, and Smith decided just to push forward, played it back along the track for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. Here's Alexis once more to bowl to Smith. He's there now and bowls, is short, he's onto the back foot of Smith, and just pats the ball out to mid-wicket, gets a comfortable single. So 1 to his total. Cyrus going across there to his left, covering about 20 yards. The batsman had time to cross for 1. So Bailey Blasters, they're off the mark. Smith is 1, and Leon Chichester comes into strike. So Chichester, Kieran Charles, Amikal Dubisset, Duran Hippolyte, Josh Noel, Jalen Olive, Richard Rogers, Dennis Smith, Craig Williams, Ronald Williams. That's the lineup for the Bailey Blasters. So here once more is Alexis. He is going to move in to bowl to Chichester, Leon Chichester. He is moving in now to Chichester, who to this delivery is getting one outside the off stump, rocked on the back foot, and the ball beats the backward point fielder. It's going to go into the boundary for 4. Well, that looks like Regis there at backward point. It was shot outside the off stump, onto the back foot he went. And that really should have been stopped. I think he made a meal of that one. Look at it, he should have stopped that really. And it went into the boundary for 4. So Chichester is off the mark. He's gone to 4. Is 5 without loss.
Yeah, a bit of a misfeeling there by Regis. I think he went down pretty lazily, and that ball passed him and went down to that backward point boundary for 4. Simon chasing, just couldn't get there.
Alexis is in, bowls to Chichester, who gets one that turns into him. You could see as if he was seeking to pull a little outside the leg stump to cart that through the offside, but he was a little bit cramped simply because there was a bit of inward movement. Pushed the ball back on the onside for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. Here once with Alexis with this last delivery of this over. Again, a slightly inward movement, but he could be happy with his first over. Alexis, he receives a round of applause from his teammates, and after 1 is 5 without loss. 5 without loss. Devon Smith is going to be taking strike. He's on 1 and Chichester 4.
Yeah, very good over by Alexis. You can see the focus. They seem really focused. Nutmeg Warriors, knowing the importance of getting 2 points from this game. You see that Chichester, who would have missed a couple games due to a slight injury, is back, and certainly Bailey Blasters, obviously you would look to play the strongest lineup. As I said, both teams need to win today. If they're going to get into the semi-final, they really need to win today. So we expect to see a really tight game. We expect to see a sort of exciting game with top players leading.
Yes, Bailey missed out yesterday, a match that they should have had a stroll in the park. Turned out to have lost the match. And of course there was a super over that led them to their demise. Josh Thomas is going to be moving in to bowl to Devon Smith. From the far end, he's passing on par mark, then on balls outside the off stump, rocked onto the back foot and cuts the ball down to backward point. Ball travelling much too quickly for them to decide to go for the single. And Donald McDonald coming in very quickly there from cover, conventional cover. You're hearing quite a lot of cheering and applauding and chirpiness. And I think they're trying to inject as much encouragement as possible into the bowler, Josh Thomas. Here once more is Thomas. Turns from the top of his mark and begins to move in. Straight his approach. He's over the wicket now and bowls to Smith. Smith is getting onto the back foot and tugs it out to mid-on. Fletcher runs around and hurls the return to the non-striker's end as Chichester just seemed to be struggling a bit. He was late in taking off, and Fletcher saw the opportunity to really go after the non-striker's end and just missed. but it was in fact a close call. Chichester got there in the end. So Smith, sorry, should be saying Smith got there in the end. Beg your pardon. Chichester comes into strike. Total 6 without loss. Thomas once more with the third man backward point. Cover extra, cover mid off, mid on, mid wicket. There is a fine leg. There's a deep square leg right back on the boundary. And let's see who's the other fielder. The third man also on the boundary. So 2 men outside the circle. And that's Jackson down there, third man. Here once more is Thomas, moves in to bowl to Chichester, who is driving that 2 mid on. The ball dropping just short of the mid wicket fielder, Fletcher. Didn't really cue that well. It was a full toss. And it was going very quickly. Just to the left of Fletcher, mid on, a bit straighter, and the batsman had time to cross for 1. But there was some measure of danger and error in that shot. He's now gone on to 5. Chichester, Smith is 2, 7 without loss, as Josh Thomas goes back. Umpire moving from what would have been square leg for the right-handed batsman to square leg for the left-handed batsman, as Josh Thomas moves in to bowl to Smith. Here he is now. And Smith is pulling that to mid-wicket. Good diving stop there at mid-wicket by who is it? Oh, Donald McDonald. Okay. Yeah, just picked up the fielder there rather late, but he dived to his left and knocked it down. The batsman did cross for a single though, but if that had beat him, it would have been 4 runs, Rayfel.
Yeah, good work by McDonald. They really moved quickly to his left. Ball firmly struck. And we've already seen 2 beautiful bits of feeling.
Thomas to bowl to Chichester. Chichester is cramped. Good delivery. Really well bowled. You could see him seeking to open up the shoulders. And Thomas, put it right into the body area. He could do no more than just pushed it up on the offside. The bowler on his follow through rather quickly picked the ball up. So Chichester remains on 5. Oh, you almost get the impression that there are a lot of people out there. Actually, what you're hearing is the chirpiness of all the players urging the fast bowler on. Josh Thomas turns from the top of his mark. This is the final delivery in this over. He'd want to make this a very important one. It's bowled well so far. Here comes Thomas. Leaning forward, straightens up his approach. He's there on bowl to Chichester, who is a bit cramped, and they will in fact get the single. Devon Smith saw the opportunity and called him through. The over comes to an end. Must have gotten it somewhere high on the shoulder of the bat, or maybe on the glove, and they took the single. So 2 overs gone. This is good going so far by the Nutmeg Warriors. They've restricted Bailey Blasters after 2 overs, 9 without loss.
Yeah, very good over by Josh Thomas. Really, this is a very good start. You're seeing intent. You're seeing that the players are really keen and upbeat about this game, and you see the movements on the field. 2 brilliant piece of feeling. Fletcher at mid-wicket day, having to feel that ball, which was traveling and moving very quickly. Certainly, teams are very keen and excited about this game, and 2 overs being bowled, 9 runs. Really is a good start so far for Nutmeg Warriors.
Really has been a good start, admittedly. Here is a delivery. The batsman was coming down the track, and Alexis saw him coming and just pulled it down a bit. Good bowling here. He's been pretty much on spot, Akeem Alexis, as he moves in once more to bowl to Chichester. He's there now, over the wicket, bowls. Chichester is down the track and looking to tuck that, looking to hit that maybe over long on, but didn't make contact. Darrell Cyrus is down there. He might just be saying, hey, I'm going to get into business down at long on. Here once more is Alexis in now and bowls to Chichester, who is hitting the ball down to the third man area. The catch taken, he's gone. Well, you could see that he was getting a little agitated, Chichester, because the runs were not coming. And in the end, he really was looking maybe just to advance down the track. And Simon there at a short third man took a simple catch. He was all G'd up and excited. Look at the body language as if to say, hey, I've taken one. So Chichester, with head down, goes back rather disconsolately. Cut Simon there at shot. Third man of the bowling of Akeem Alexis. He is gone for 6. And Bailey Blasters, they're in a spot of bother already. They're 9 for 1.
Yeah, and it's all because of pressure. Really good bowling by Akim Alexis into his second over. Only conceded 5 runs so far, but he really, kept it really tight. You could see him concentrating almost every delivery that he bowled. To just knowing that they have been struggling to score, really looking to make room for himself, maybe to hit somewhere over backward point. But really, it was such a good delivery that he had real difficulty in trying to place that backward square, and seemingly came off the top part of the bat and went down to that short third man position where Isaiah took a rather simple catch.
Yes. So out goes Chichester. In comes Dennis Smith. So the Smith combination in the middle as Alexis, who's bowled very well, moves into bowl to Dennis Smith. He's there now outside the off stump. Pull nicely down to the deep forward square. That's going to go all the way. It was a great effort as the fielder came around from the deep backward square. That was short, and he just eased onto the back foot, and he struck that nicely down to the deep forward square boundary and got 4. Total has gone to 13, and Smith is immediately off the mark.
Yeah, good shot by Smith to open his account. A short delivery, and he played with a turn and hit it down to mid-wicket.
Alexis bowls driven, fine shot, 2 extra cover for 4. Magnificent shot outside the off stump, and it was something like a half cut, half drive. And look at who he played it, half cut, half drive, beautiful shot, and it went screeching, scorching the turf down to the extra cover boundary for 4. Well, he's galloped quickly to 8. 8 of 2 deliveries, so you could see the intention. 17 for 1 as Alexis moves in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is getting one down the leg side, and he heaves down backward square, maybe down to a long leg preferable, down to the boundary for 4. He's come out with all guns blazing, Dennis Smith. He's gone to 12 very quickly, and after 3 the run rate has also gone up to 7. It's 21 for 1.
Yeah, impressive start by Dennis Smith. 2 beautiful shots, and I think the second delivery that he hit through the covers was not all a bad delivery. I think that he really got into position, gave himself room, and really timed it sweetly as he went through the offside for 4. Alexis in his final delivery just trained a bit down the leg side. Smith was equal that he got in and helped it around to that long leg position, and it went down to the boundary for 4. So good impressive start by Dennis Smith.
Yeah, it was a simply wonderful display of batting there. Nothing sluggish, but he just played everything on merit. And you're right, that shot through extra cover, half cut, half drive, slashed it. It went very quickly across the turf. So Jackson is going to get his first bowl for the morning, and he's going to move into bowl to Devon Smith, who's on 3. Here's Aston Jackson in now to bowl to Smith, and he is pulling that down over the deep forward square boundary. That's gone all the way for 6. Rocked onto the back foot, and he hit it well, just a little in front of square, and it went all the way over the boundary line. That was a handsome shot there by Devon Smith, who's gone to 9. It's now 27 for 1.
Yeah, beautifully played there by Smith. Ball coming into the left-hander, and really picked it up maybe just from outside the off stump and swung it over that backward square forward mid-wicket in front of square, and it went over the boundary for 6.
Well, Fletcher has a word with his fast bowler Jackson. Maybe he's asking him to pitch the ball up and somewhere outside the off stump. Smith is a good puller. That's Devon Smith. And he likes them when they're short like that, and he can pull them in front of square. Here once more is Jackson. Round the wicket this time, in and bowls to Smith. Smith is cramped, well bowled. A ball coming into the left-handed Smith. And jumping onto the back foot, pushed it back. The bowler gets a good accommodating bounce, and he will go back. He cannot ever say really that he's not getting encouragement. They're rather obstreperous out there, rather noisy. and they're really giving him as much encouragement as possible. Turns from the top of his mark once more is Jackson, passes the umpire now and balls to Smith. Smith is getting away with delivery down the leg side, and the wide confirmed by the umpire. Andrew having it's a little bit of a challenge, skipping across to his right. No harm done, however. The only harm would have been the wide. And Jackson is going to move from round the wicket, and he's going to be bowling over the wicket once more. So ball just a one delivery around the wicket, and he is back now to bowl over the wicket.
Well, we have seen Jackson bowl from this northern end. This is the end that he normally bowls from, but he has opened his stint from the southern end.
He bowls outside the off stump. Difficult take there for Andrew behind the stumps. Had a big swish of that one. Ball going past the bat on the edge. Below the flashing blade, rather. And Devon Smith, you can see both of these batsmen now are really trying to go into aggressive mode. As here, once more is Jackson. Passes the umpire now and bowls to Smith. Smith is driving well. Fine shot, 4 runs. Beautiful shot, pitched up. And Smith came forward and he drove that ball in a rather exquisite, lovely manner. And Regis, who is there feeling at mid-off, really didn't have a chance at all. And the ball raced down to the boundary for 4. So Smith has now gone into double figures. He's gone to 13. It's 32 for 1.
Yeah, over pitch delivery there from Jackson, and Smith in the correct position, stroked it really beautiful back just on the offside of the wicket, and went down to the boundary for 4.
Here he is again, balls, and Smith is pulling the ball in the air down to forward square. Will get a comfortable single. The return comes in. They probably thought about the second run, but the throw was a good one, just a little on the high side, and the batsman had time to cross for 1. 1 for 33 as Dennis Smith was faced only 3 balls. He's struck 3 boundaries in the process. He's 12. So he's come out rather explosive as Jackson once more from the far end would begin to move into the right-handed Dennis Smith. Here he is now, leaning forward, passes the umpire and bowls to Dennis Smith, who is getting a short delivery that he handles well. Fine shot for 4. Now that was absolutely beautiful. If you talk about the extra cover drive that he hit, that one was shot outside the off stump and he got him on the toes. Now remember, he's a small man and was able just to open the face of the bat and glided the ball nicely. There was a fielder at backward point and the third man, and it went very quickly between both of them down to the boundary for 4. So he's gone to 14 very quickly of just 4 deliveries, and at the end of 4 is 37 for 1.
Yeah, good partnership building here. There are 28 added so far, but good shot by Smith. Again, not trying to hit the ball too hard, just getting into position and using the pace from Jackson and steering it down to backward point. It really came off the bat very quickly, and it rushes down to the boundary.
Well, there'll be a change of bowling from the northern or the Darbo end as Sheldon Joseph will bowl. We've just, of course, come to the end of the power play. Third man is in. Sweeper right back on the boundary. Extra cover is also boundary right in. Long off, long on, mid-wicket, deep forward square, and that's deep mid-wicket, a square leg, and fine leg delivery that is wrapped him on the pad, and Dennis Smith is going down the track. He really was scampering down the track. Devon Smith was not at all interested in the single. I think his eyes really won the ball instead, and Andrew from behind the stumps came up very quickly, and maybe in the end discretion prevailed as he had to put on the brakes. Dennis Smith screeching halt, and all is well. That ends well, they say proverbially. Bayleaf Blaster sent into bat there, 37 for 1. Devon Smith taps over at the crease, as here once more is Joseph in now, and bowls to Smith. Smith is pulling that, tugs the ball up to Fletcher, who fields down at the long on position. They go through for a comfortable single. So one more to Devon Smith, who's gone to 15, and Dennis Smith comes into strike. He's 16 of 4 deliveries.
4 boundaries.
4 boundaries, beg your pardon. Thank you very much, Rebel. Shows that you're alert You must have had a good sleep last night too, didn't you?
Yeah, certainly I did.
Very well. So here once more, it's going to be Joseph. Will move in to bowl to Dennis Smith. He's just about there now and bowls to Smith. Smith is getting a delivery that swung a bit in the air and pushed the ball out to extra cover. Got a single, but you could see a bit of movement in the air. 1 to his total. That's Dennis Smith's total. He's gone to 17. 39 for 1 brings the left-handed Smith into strike. So the field is rather spread.
And has been good bowling by Joseph so far in his first over, just going for 2. But you could see that he's concentrating on where he pitches the delivery. And that last one just swinging a bit away from the right-handed batsman.
Joseph to Devon Smith. Just goes onto the back foot and turns it neatly behind square. And the batsman had time to cross for 1. So 1 more to Devon Smith, who's now got to 16. Dennis Smith, who is 1 ahead of him, comes back into strike, 40 for 1.
Again, you are seeing movements from Joseph there. The ball to the left-handed Smith, pitching maybe around middle stump and going further down the leg side. So he's actually moving the ball away from the batsman. And really, he has started well.
Here he is once more, bowls to Smith. Smith hits that. The ball peels off the outer edge. That's going to go into the boundary for 4. Well, certainly that's not where he wanted to hit it. He wanted to hit much straighter, but he really went after it. And they tell you that if you're going after those deliveries outside the off stump, you've got to go hard. And that's what he did, went hard, and the ball inadvertently went down to the third man area. So he has collected his 5th boundary. He's gone to 21, and 20 runs already. Of those 21 have come off boundaries.
Well, a wide delivery, it would have been signaled wide if the batsman didn't touch it, and Smith really went hard after it.
Joseph bowls, hit down to the long on position. There was some swing attached to that ball too, and they got a single as Darrell Cyrus came off the boundary. So 1 more run to Dennis Smith takes his tally note to 22. At the end of 5, we're at the halfway mark. 5 overs gone, with Devon Smith not out 16. Dennis Smith will be taking strike 22, 45 for 1.
Yeah, good partnership building. They are so far added 36. And Dennis Smith came in and really looking positive. He's 22 from 7 deliveries. So really he's motoring on. And they experienced Devon Smith. And this pair will want to make sure that they set the sort of foundation that really going to make it really, really stiff. For whatever score that Nutmeg Warriors will have to chase.
Yeah, but after a good start, just a 1 wicket falling, and that was Chichester, who was caught Simon at a short third man of the bowling for Lexus. He went for 6, 9 balls. Raphael Crony is giving way to Ali de Bellat, as here is Jackson. Moving in now to bowl to Dennis Smith, who is wrapped on the pad. There's a stifle appeal for leg before Andrew has to dart for it. And the batsman goes through for a run, was it? Yeah, so he must have gotten a little nick onto that and then maybe cannered into the pad. Saw the opportunity for the single while the keeper had to dart back and make a bit of scrabble for it. Total has gone out to 46 for 1. Dennis Smith, who is Devon Smith, beg your pardon, who's 16, comes into strike. Morning, Ali.
Good morning, Pastor, and good morning to all the listeners, wherever they might be.
As it's once more Jackson. He's been expensive, moves in with his 2nd over, in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is looking to pull that from outside the off stump down to the mid-wicket area. You could see that he did move across the stumps early before the bowler really came in. Or delivered rather, and had a big swish at that one, lost his body shape, and Andrew collected behind the stumps. Turns once more from the top of his mark and begins to move in. Once more is Jackson in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is feeling for that outside the off stump. He's got to be careful. That could have been a little bit of a feather. And Andrew collecting behind the stumps. I think this little movement that Devon Smith is doing, that doesn't help him really. It interferes with his shape. I think he's experienced enough to remain still. Doesn't really have to have those exaggerated movements before the bowler bowls the ball. 46 for 1. Good bowling in this over so far by Jackson, who comes in once more and bowls to Smith. Smith is looking to drive outside the off stump. Well bowled there by Jackson. He sprayed it a little bit wide, but it's certainly inside the white line. And Andrew collecting, doing good service behind the stumps for the Warriors. As he turns once more in bright sunshine, here is Jackson. This is a very good comeback over for him, and begins to lean forward, straightens his approach, lengthens and strengthens those strides. He's there now on balls to Smith. Smith is hitting the ball back to the bowler, and there's a bit of a muddle here. Ooh, the bowler is really protesting. I don't think there'll be much of a problem. There was an opportunity for the single, at least that's what Dennis Smith thought. They were coming down the track and got into the path of the bowler on his follow through. Now, you could see that he was sort of protesting it, and the keeper protested too. But I think the batsman was within his right because he was trying to get to the opposite end.
Well, remember not too long ago there was a scenario like that with Pollard.
You're right. So here he is once more with the last delivery of this over. In now on balls to Smith, outside the off stump. Wide confirmed this time by the umpire as Andrews going across to his left and collected it. That one was sprayed a bit too wide. Total remains on 47, but outside of that has been a good over, really good over by Jackson, who turns once more from the top of his mark. The deep backward square comes into the circle, and the third man, the backward point, goes right back on the boundary right in. As here is he once more. That's Jackson in now and balls to Devon Smith, who hits that in the air. The catch is going to be taken. No, dropped there at mid-off, and they will in fact come through for the single. Now it was struck rather hard, I dare say, to the right of the field at mid-off by Smith. Look at him going across to his right, and really should have taken the catch, but in the end he spilled it. Cyrus made an effort there, and the batsman saw the opportunity, took the single. So Devon Smith has got alive. He's gone to 17 though, and the end of a very good over, really good over by Jackson, and at the end of it, after some 6 overs, it's 48 for 1.
Yeah, a very good over indeed from Jackson, just 2 runs and 1 wide. I think the catch, the fielder, I think it's Cyrus, he sort of got his hand confused as to how to take the catch. So I'm making a signal whether he should take it with the cup up or whether the cup should be facing the ball and muddling it. But could it be a costly chance? A lot of these open batters and good batsmen like Smith and these guys, when you get these opportunities, a lot of time they make good use of it.
Yeah, there's some people you can't drop. If you drop a tail ender, well, you stand a better chance of dislodging them. But when a top order batsman is dropped, then you could be in a bit of a bother. Darrell Cyrus is the no bowler, moves in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot and just runs the ball down to deep backward, down to backward point, and Alexis running across there to his right, but the batsman had time to cross for 1. So 1 more to Smith, who's now gone on to 18. Dennis Smith, who is on 23 now, comes into strike, just taking guard. Alexis moves from the backward square position, will be going to a backward point, contrasting location, as here once more will be Darrell Cyrus moving in to bowl to the enterprising Dennis Smith. He's there now and bowls outside the off stump. Big swish of that one. The ball goes down to third man. Let's see what the umpire would say. I think he's going to signal what? Let's see what he's going to say. Well, he signals wide. So nobody got a nick onto that. Smith was really going after it, and Andrew didn't collect well. The 50 has now been posted. 49 deliveries, 29 minutes. There's 7 fours and 1 6. As Harry Cyrus bowls short off the back foot is Smith. Pulls the ball down to Fletcher, who stays down there at long on, waits for it, and sends a very good return to Charles. The batsman had time to cross for 1. 1 more to Devon Smith, who's gone out to 19. as Dennis comes back into strike. And here once more is Cyrus. Moves in. He is gonna pull. He's asking the third man fielder to go a little bit more to his right. There he is now. The ball is hit in the air, dropping just in front of Fletcher. And that's Dennis Smith. The return goes to the keeper's end. They go to for a single. Maybe it's a good thing he took a little pace off that shot. It would have gone right down the throat of Andre Fletcher. 53 for 1. Smith comes back into strike. Here is Cyrus in, bowls to Smith. Smith is hitting that in the air. Now somebody's going under it. Fletcher. The catch is going to be taken. Taken. Smith goes. Caught down at long on of the bowling of Cyrus. Fletcher takes the catch. Darren Smith goes for 19. It's now 53 for 2.
A bit surprising in there from Devon. He looked comfortable in the wicket, but he never really get going. In fact, his 19 runs is off 22 deliveries. In a 10-10, probably you don't want a better run rate than that.
Certainly agree with that. Just looked a little agitated. Previous over, you can see him moving around a lot in the wicket. And Smith doesn't have to do that, Ali. I think his main concern, really, in my humble opinion, should be to remain and decide to bat right through the innings. And he doesn't have to lose his shape. His best shots are when he plays in a very orthodox manner. When he's moving about and getting agitated, that's when his downfall comes about. And so he's gone. Caught Fletcher of the bowling of Darryl Cyrus for 19. They've lost another wicket. Jalen Olive comes in to join Dennis Smith.
And when you move about in the wicket, you sort of preempting what the bowler will bowl. And a lot of times he doesn't bowl that, so you get yourself a bit confused.
Here's Cyrus in, bowls to Smith. Smith is wrapped on the pad, looking to pull. Good delivery there by the youngster. Total remains on 53 for 2. Cyrus again passes the umpire. He's in and bowls, and that is swung. Beautiful shot. 4 runs. Well, he did move down the track a little bit. I would love to see that shot again. He moved down the track just a little and then tugged that from outside the off stump through mid wicket. Now you've got to have a bit of skill to play that shot to climax the over. And at the end of it, 9 runs coming off Darryl Cyrus's over is 57 for 2.
But he did make up for the fact that he did get Devon Smith after dropping him. But the shot Devon Smith, I think is a lot more than a little bit of skill, because he took that from outside the off stump from a leg spinner. Yes. So the ball was still going further away from him, and he swept it beautifully. That's a good shot. I think I've seen a few of that from Atinez also.
Yes.
I think it's now called the slug sweep.
Yes. But it really was a lovely shot. It's called for a great sense of dexterity to do that. John Olive, who is going to be taking strike now, and Josh Thomas, who had 1 for 4 before this, had a good start, will move in to bowl to Olive. Third man and fine leg back on the boundary, and Fletcher is suggesting that the man down at the sweeper should go a little bit more to his right. He positions himself at backward point, extra cover, mid off, long on his right back on the boundary. There's a conventional mid wicket as Thomas comes in now and bowls to Olive down the leg side. Another good take at all there by Andrew. I think he's going to chide himself, going across to his right, wide to his left rather, white signal by the umpire. So total is gone now by 2 to 59 for 2.
I think also the fact that he seems to be a bit far back and the ball was dipping on him, and probably need to take a couple steps up.
So Dennis Smith now comes into strike. The run rate now 8.43. Josh Thomas turns from the top of his mark in bright sunshine here at the National Stadium, begins to lean forward, straightens his approach, lengthens those strides. He's there now and bowls to Dennis Smith, who gets a good delivery, short rising delivery, and Dennis Smith is jumping into defense, plays it up on the offside. Fletcher comes in very quickly from a backward point, picks the ball up. The batsman had time to cross for 1. So 1 more to Dennis Smith, who has gone to 29. Jalen Olive, who is yet to score, comes into strike. Well, he hasn't faced the ball as yet, so he's facing for the first time. The mid of Fletcher was sending him, but sending the long on right back on the boundary. Comes in once more is Thomas in now and bowls to Olive. Olive gets a short delivery, goes onto the back foot and just swings it down to backward square. Would get a comfortable single. So he's off the mark is Olive, and the total has moved on to 61. 61 for 2. Josh Thomas has bowled well, hasn't he?
Yes, and not many of the innings we have seen the third man and the fine leg on the boundary. That seems to be a part of a plan, but he's bowling well and he's bowling pretty quick too. And I think these two players are in the right position.
Yes, well done. Comes in again, passes the umpire and bowls to Dennis Smith, who is off the back foot. Plays it very well and gets the ball easily, just pushes it out to extra cover. Saw the opportunity for the single and they call each other through. So one more to Smith, who's now gone on to 30, and Olive, who is 1, comes in to strike 62 for 2. And Smith will come up and have a word with Olive. What do you think he might be telling him, Ali?
The ball seems to be coming a bit quicker than you think.
Well, I don't know if he'd want to hear that, but it's a good observation. If Dennis Smith has observed that, then he should just let him know, maybe you need to play just a little quicker. Here he comes in once more. Is Thomas in and bowls to Olive. Olive gets a short delivery that he has a rather ungainly swish at. Doesn't make contact. Andrew collects behind the stumps. That's right. He's really bowled such a wonderful spell this morning. He's got the ball to bounce. Has bent his back considerably. And though he has not picked up a wicket, but his services have been quite remarkable.
He has bowled 1 or 2 good spells. He's sort of up and down, but this definitely is one of his better ones.
Absolutely. He's really bowled well this morning. Turns once more and begins to move in to bowl to Olive. Olive is swinging that down to the deep backward square and it goes into the boundary for 4. Well, I thought that was a lovely shot. It was somewhere onto the leg stump and he got onto the back foot. It was short, got inside the line and swung it very well down to backward square, more like a whitish long leg, and the ball went very quickly across the turf into the boundary for 4. So he's now gone on to 5 and the total is pushed on to 66 for 2.
Excellent shot, but I think the guy at the backward square leg, he seems to be the one that had the better chance to get there, but he stood up and give the other one the opportunity and then he missed it. Probably just passing before he got to it.
Regis making the effort there but couldn't save a boundary. Here is a delivery by Thomas on the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire as Andrew having to go across to his left. Took it. Loves his game is Andrew. Animated keeper. Always encouraging his bowlers. Certainly will develop as time goes on in his glove work. 67 for 2. Olive is 5. Smith watches on from the non-striker. Striker's end. He's on 30. As here once more is Thomas with the last delivery in this over. Bowls and French cut down to Regis there at long leg. Will get a single. He was looking for the big booming drive and the ball took the on the edge. Got a single though, so Oliver's now gone on to 6. The over comes to an end. 8 overs gone. 68 for 2. 68 for 2. And the run rate 8.50.
And I don't think it's what the Bayleaf blasters would like. They really will have to start blasting the way. 68 for 2 in the 8th over, just 2 more overs. And as we said so often here, you have to try to get up to the 100 mark as a sort of average and go beyond. And from here on, tell you that the 2 batters will have to really blast their way.
So Sheldon Joseph is pulled back into the attack from the northern Ordab wind, and he's going to be bowling his gentle military medium pace. Moves into bowl to Olive. Olive is hitting that hard into the ground. The bowler picks up on his follow through. He didn't cue it very well. Bowler, after fielding the ball, stared down the wicket at him. Goes back in a rather workman-like manner, turns from the top of his mark and begins to move in. Once more, he's there now and bowls to Olive. Olive is tugging that down to backward square. Well, fine leg rather. Will get a single. Could see him really opening up the shoulders and going to give it the big bang. Didn't make good contact. He hasn't been timing the ball well. Just the one ball he's timed so far. Got a single though. So he's gone to 7. Dennis Smith, who is 30, comes into strike as once more Joseph moves in. He's bowled very well. In now and bowls to Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith is pulling that well down to the forward square. Is that sufficient to go to the boundary? No. The bowler, the fielder rather, sends the ball to the keeper's end, and they come back for what would be the second run. Look for a moment as though it may have gone down to the boundary.
For once, I don't think the pace of the ground is like what it was in the past days. It seemed a bit slower today.
Samuel Charles doing very well down at the deep middle area, and he got into a muddle. That's Smith. Smith was looking to dill scoop that one. Well bowled there by Sheldon Joseph. He looked rather ugly in the end. So the keeper collecting behind the stumps. Here once more is Sheldon Joseph moves in now to bowl to Dennis Smith, and Smith goes outside the off stump. Now this is good bowling. Goes outside the off stump very quickly, and the bowler saw it and speared in the Yorker. Just able to dig it out.
Well, wherever you stand, a Yorker is always a good delivery, and he chose to stay way outside the off stump and still bowl the Yorker, and was very effective.
Yes, 72 for 2. Well bowled, Joseph, who is going to move in. This is the final delivery of this over to bowl to Olive. Olive gets a wayward delivery outside the off stump and had a big swish at it. Is this going to go into the boundary? It does so now. Down to third man. Very fine. So 4 runs there. Must have gotten just a little, yes, a little outside edge. Would have been a very difficult take for Andrew, to be fair to him. And the ball raced down to the third man boundary for 4. So a welcome boundary there for Jalen Olive. He's gone to 11. Dennis Smith, who was just tapered off a little bit there, he came in with all guns blazing. He's 33, and after 9, 76 for 2, 76 for 2. And I think, Ali, that the Nutmeg Warriors might well be happy with the performance they've had so far this morning.
Yeah, but so far in the competition, the team batting first on the first day, on the first innings, usually have just that little bit of problem. It seems to time the ball, something. Obviously, the wicket has been covered overnight, and there might be a little bit of moisture. Also, the pieces tend to get a lot more pace and bonks in this early innings, and the bowlers have been bowling extremely well.
Yeah, they certainly have. I think Fletcher would be very happy with the services of his bowlers. They've done very well, I must admit. They've been on target. There've been the odd wide here and there. Extras are 7, so there have been 7 wides. They didn't turn out to be extraordinarily costly. So here's going to be Darryl Cyrus with the final over. In to bowl to Smith. Smith is off the back foot, hits the ball out to extra cover. Thought about a single. Olive sent back by Dennis Smith. So a dot ball. Cyrus is in once more to bowl to Smith. Smith is advancing down the track, hits that nicely, inside out, over extra cover, 6 runs, pitched up. That's what he was looking for, and he aimed the extra cover area and just stretched that left bat down and across, and he heaved that over extra cover. That was a fine shot, gone all the way for the maximum. 82 for 2. Cyrus once more, treated harshly, that last delivery. He is moving moving the deep mid wicket a little bit straighter. Here he is once more. Cyrus in and bowls to Smith. Smith is driving out to extra cover. Will get a single. I don't think that's what he really wanted. Wanted maybe to hit that over the extra cover area, but got it all along the ground instead. He's gone now to 40. Jalen Olive, who's 11, comes in to strike. Here's the delivery that is hit. It's going to be caught at extra cover. Dolly catch. So Olive goes, caught at extra cover of the bowling of Cyrus, and he is gone for 11 as the catcher there taken rather comfortably. So another wicket has fallen.
And surprisingly, at 83 for 2, Fletcher didn't bowl in this inning. Not too sure, probably he's nursing that injury, but I noticed he's been feeling on the long on and these positions, so I'm not too sure. But good bowling from Cyrus, and I was wondering why a leg spinner that gets in the ball to turn was bowling wide outside the off stump. If you bowl on the stumps, chances are with the movement of the ball and you try to swing it, the movement will take you to the outside half of the bat, and exactly what happened there. Well pitched on the stumps and being caught at extra cover.
Well, Ali de Bellot, as you may know, former leg spinner. Here is a delivery. Big heave there by Dennis Smith. And they will be very disappointed about that as Andrew collected behind the stumps. Here's the final delivery coming up. Here is Sarah's bowl, and Dennis Smith looking to heave that over the long on area. Doesn't make the kind of contact that he really wanted. Ball taking the outside portion of the bat. I think he'd be a little bit disappointed with the second half of his innings, Dennis Smith. Well, he comes out not out at 41. But Bailey Blasters, I think, might also be disappointed with their total 84 for 3, 84 for 3. Their run rate 8.40, and I thought it really was a good performance here by the Nutmeg Warriors to keep them under the 100 mark and maybe and more so under the 90 mark. So with a run rate of 8.40, I think that Nutmeg Warriors would be very pleased with their performance.
Yeah, and good performance by the Nutmeg Warriors. They started well and never really faltered throughout the inning. They were pretty consistent. The bowlers, even though changing ends, came on and still bowled well. And I think a very, very good bowling performance from them.
So Bailey Blasters sent into bat by Nutmeg Warriors. Chichester was caught Simon. Simple catch there at third man, short third man of the bowling of Alexis. He went for 6. Devon Smith held out down at long on of the bowling of Cyrus. Fletcher taking the catch. He went for 19, 22 balls and struck 1 4 and 1 6. Dennis Smith not out 41 of 21 balls, 6 4s and 1 6. Jalen Olive was caught Sheldon Joseph there at extra cover of the bowling of Cyrus for 11, and Josh Noel not out, no score. So Bailey Blasters after 10 overs, 84 for 3, 84 for 3, and of course when the Nutmeg Warriors go at their turn to bat, they'll be looking to eclipse that total, and that is going to put them into a good stead. And so we have to wait to see what the Nutmeg Warriors are going to do. They've done well on the field so far bowling. Can they do very well batting? Well, in a few minutes we'll obviously see as the roller just freshening up the pitch there, and a couple of members of the ground staff coming and remarking the areas that should be marked. So we await the reply of the Nutmeg Warriors, and we'll be back to give you the commentary.
Dreaming of taking a break and escaping to an idyllic, happy place? Well, finding it does not require you to go too far. You already live in paradise. All it takes is for you to go out and discover it. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique are blessed with a wide variety of accommodation that satisfy any taste and budget. Find the one that suits you and your family and treat yourself while having peace of mind that your health and safety is a priority. Knowing that we have gorgeous waterfalls, stunning beaches, and flavorful cuisine, let's be tourists in our own islands and enjoy paradise at home.
Fans of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique's diverse marine life and excellent dive sites still have the opportunity to enjoy the Pure Grenada Dive Fest as the 4th edition goes virtual. Following the cancellation of the physical event this year due to the coronavirus pandemic, the Grenada Scuba Diving Association, supported by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, decided to host a virtual experience for everyone looking forward to the festival over the next 4 weeks. President of the Grenada Scuba Divers Association, Christine Finney, says from the 25th of September to the 25th of October, enthusiasts can follow the virtual action by tuning into Pure Diving's Facebook or Instagram profiles at Grenada Pure Diving.
We have a lot of exciting things to talk about, a lot of things to share. and a lot of platforms that we hope we can get people involved anyway. So take people on some virtual tours. That's becoming a much bigger thing in the
And welcome back here at the National Stadium, Grenada. Nutmeg Warriors need 85 for victory in an all-important game. As we see the players are already in position. As we are about to see Michael Dubisek going to pick up the attack from that southern end. 84 for 3 in 10 overs, Bailey Blasters. And must be a bit disappointed with the score that they got, Ali.
Yeah, very disappointed. They had a reasonably good start, but they were never really able to gain momentum on the inning.
So Dubisek is going to bowl to Fletcher, first delivery. And Fletcher it covers up and push it back along the wicket. Nutmeg Warriors will certainly feel confident. I think they really put on a good show this morning. They look very focused, and really they kept things very tight. They started the opening attack this morning with Akim Alexis, and that was something new that we saw from the approach. They look really focused as Dubisek to Fletcher. He's down the track, again not getting hold of it. It goes down to long off. The Ambler single.
I think Akim first over was a pretty good start for them because he has not bowled much in the competition, and particularly on this end. And he really bowled a good first over, and that set the stage for them. They continue on that line.
It's one without loss. The left-handed Regis, Chandel Regis, and this pair would have done very well opening the batting. They had a good stand the previous game. That's Regis. Faces Dubisek and plays it back along the wicket. And this field for Regis. There's a short third man. There's a point in Craig Williams, cover. Extra cover in Smith, Devon Smith, long off. Short fine leg, mid wicket. A mid on right on a circle. And a backward square leg on the boundary. One without loss. Warriors need 85 for victory. And we just allow this one to go outside the off. A little bit of movement there by Dubisek. Ball coming back into the batsman, but pretty equal to it as he allowed it to go to the keeper.
A very cautious start from the Warriors, getting the eye in. Of course, the score is not a very challenging one, so they don't need to get going on from the onset. You could look at it, take a couple balls, and get yourself in.
So Dubisek to Regis, again not timing, probably caught in 2 minds there. Looking for the big hit, and again good length delivery from Dubisek, pitching just outside the off stump and coming back into the batsman.
I think it was also a slower delivery, and he sort of played before he should really, and found himself in a sort of awkward position.
Good over so far. 5 deliveries, 1 Dubisek and to Regis. Regis hitting this one to mid wicket, straight. The fielder having to move to his right. Thomas there, and the batsman pick up a single. Smith. Then the Smith keeper not too happy with the feeling there, but 1 run. The end of the first over. It's 2 without loss. Nutmeg Warriors need 85 for victory.
But Thomas, a strong-looking guy. I think Smith was probably advising him that he should pull the ball in much harder than he did. Ball took 1 bounce and came in pretty slowly. But cautious start, as we said, from the Warriors. both Fletcher and Regis has had pretty good innings at times. So they should be very confident with their form, and just taking probably a few deliveries to assess the wicket and the bowlers and then probably go at them.
Yes, no need to be take any chances. They would want to make sure they get to that score. It will be important for Fletcher as a captain to bat as long as possible. Both Fletcher and Regis opened the batting right through the tournament. Certainly had some good opening stand. The highest to date of 120. So Craig Williams, we've seen for the first time opening the bowling. To see he's hit on the pad. Regis again looking to whip it through mid wicket. A little bit of movement there. The ball probably pitching just around middle and leg stump and going further down the leg side. But it's the first time we have seen Craig Williams.
Yeah, that's his first spell in the competition. But he, at some point in time, prior to this, of course, he was a pace bowler. He's bowled a bit slow now, but I think he certainly has the ability.
So he's over the wicket to bowl to Regis. Regis swinging this one over mid wicket and it's going to go down to the backward square boundary for 4. Again, picking it up, not really fully in control, but going for that big swing, and it went over backward square. And no fielder on the boundary. So first boundary to Nutmeg Warriors. They are 6 without loss. Regis on 5.
Not much pace from Williams, and Regis, our batter, has faced a lot more pace than that. So the pace surely won't be giving him any problems. So you'll have to bowl probably real good line and length.
So the deep backward square go right back on the boundary. Williams, short delivery hit to mid wicket and down to that fielder, the deep backward square boundary. And this time he just picked up a single.
Good adjustment to the field there, because the previous delivery was a lot straighter, and now he moved backward and the ball going straight to him. So good assessment there from the captain.
Yeah, good move there to have the fielder right down on the boundary. As you said previously, that would have rushed to the boundary for 4. Batsman only picking up a single. More and more adjustment we see that that fielder now comes up to cover point or backward point in the circle. Williams going to bowl to Fletcher. And good delivery. Again, taking the pace off it, and Fletcher pushing it back along the wicket.
So far, good over from Williams, and probably, well, we got to wait to see. But it's one line probably he didn't bowl before in the competition.
Yeah, good start. Williams in his first over of the tournament. He's up to bowl to Fletcher. Fletcher is hitting in the air and mid off. It's going to go down to mid off. An easy catch taken there by by Olive, and really a big wicket, but certainly not the best off shot by Fletcher.
No, and again, Williams, as we've seen, yes, he's opening the bowling, but he's not that fast, and you can't use the pace of the ball. You had to put the strength in it, and Fletcher trying to hit as hard, I think lost his shape a bit. The bat seems to be facing up, and so the ball went up high in the air, and an easy catch, and a very, very important breakthrough.
Yes, I think it was very evident that he really had been taking pace off the ball, and Fletcher looking to hit over long off, only succeeded in hitting the ball, and he was caught just on the edge of the circle in mid-off.
Yeah, and the previous delivery, I was commenting the fact that just seeing him bowl a couple deliveries, you wonder how this is his first over in the competition.
So big breakthrough for Bailey Blasters. Akim Alexis now joined Regis as Williams up to Regis. Short, Regis hit this one down to backward square. The fielder comes off the boundary, so one more to Regis. So that completes a rather very successful over there for Craig Williams. His fourth over in the tournament.
Yeah, well bowled, Williams. Not a tearaway fast bowler, but his line and length is pretty accurate. And whatever the pace you have, bowling good line and length will create some problem for batters. And he did just that. Fletcher trying to force him away, took the top edge and was caught. So a very good over.
So Warriors need 77 more, 40 deliveries. And really it's not over until it's over. Runs on the board 84, need 85 for victory. Lost the important wicket of Andre Fletcher, caught by Oliver at mid-off of the bowling of Craig Williams. And Fletcher just going for one as Regis, going to the left-handed Regis. Going to face Dubiset in the second over. Dubiset just going for 6. These up the wicket, and this gained Regis looking for the big shot again. No timing, and you see that again. Pace taking off the delivery. It went bouncing in front of him.
I'd like to probably I'll make a check at the comparison of the scores in the second and third game. In comparison with the first, because the batters seem to have a lot more difficulty timing the deliveries in the first match.
Well, Regis for this delivery is hitting this one way down to mid wicket. Fielder comes off the boundary, and he only get a single. So keeping it very tight. Dubiset going for just one in his first over. He's none for 3. Going for 2 in his first over and just 1 in his second over. So he certainly have a really good start. Keeping things really tight. So Akim Alexis gonna face his first delivery from Dubiset. As he's up to Alexis, plays a backward square. Again, Hippolyte in that position. Fields really quiet start. We are into the third over. It's 9 for 1. So Billy Blasters really making it difficult, coming back really hard. Pick up that important wicket of Fletcher. To be set in the second over. As he's up to wicket board Alexis, and Alexis staying this one. It's a short backward point, not getting power onto it, and ball just rolled down to that position. Williams coming in there, so one to Alexis. It's 10 for 1, and you have really seen a really good start by the bowlers. The left-handed Chandel Regis, he faces Dubiset, and he's back and hitting at just a bit of misfield there by cover. Again, Olive in that position. Who Regis get one more. That takes his score on to 9, and at the end of 3 overs, so just 1 delivery to go. 11 for 1. Right-handed Alexis comes into strike. We have been tough going for the Warriors, having to chase a fairly small score. Alexis, and all he can do is just cover up and push it back on the offside. Really good spell by Amical Dubiset. 2 overs, no maiden, 5 overs, no wickets. And Nutmeg Warriors requiring 85 for victory. 11 for 1 after 3 overs.
Yeah, 3 good overs, 11 for 1. A very slow start, by the Warriors, but it's not a massive score, so they could take a couple deliveries to get themselves in. But very good bowling, very good bowling from the Blasters. Dubiset with another fine over, just 5 runs off his 2 overs.
So they need 74 from 42 deliveries. And Craig Williams, who we have seen for the first time, now will go around the wicket to the left-handed Regis with a short third man, backward point. cover, extra cover mid-off. As he's coming around the wicket now to bowl to Regis. Again, Regis looking to play on the onside ball right up on his legs and not giving him any room. Comes off the pad and leg by signal by umpire Holas. So we into the fourth over, final over of the power play, and this certainly looks as the slowest start we have in the tournament so far. It's 12 for 1. As Williams, this time he's going to bowl to Alexis. This hit it straight back, and really seemed to hit the hands of Regis, and he's out, run out Alexis. Well, this ball was hit straight back by Alexis. I know he was looking for probably, I don't know if he was looking for a second run. Ali, did you see what happened there?
Yeah, he was looking for the second run, but he turned, as we say, blindly, and was going back, and the Regis, who had made a couple steps out his ground also, but stopped him, and in trying to turn to get back, it was a fairly good show, but the shot was a pretty good shot. A lot of power back to the bowler. The bowler luckily didn't get seriously injured, and it deflected off his hand, and the man from long on coming in had a good show, whilst Alexis was scampering to get back, and another very good wicket for the Blasters. Really a lot of pressure on the Warriors now.
Yeah, what a dream start. The Nutmeg Warriors 13 for 2. We into the fourth over. Williams, surprise package at bowl's second over of the Nutmeg Warriors inning. Picking up the important wicket of Fletcher. And Alexis there, really a bad one there, bad judgment. Miscommunication as he was looking for a second one, which really was not on, but really, as you said, was running blindly. Williams is wrong the wicket to Regis, down the leg side, and the umpire's wide signal there, and the batsman take the opportunity to take an extra one, not collected cleanly by the keeper.
Well, I suspect they'll be scampering for everything now. I think 15 for 2 is obviously not a start that they would have expected. So they will be trying to get any of the runs as quickly as possible.
So Donald McDonald, he's going to face his first delivery. And Craig Williams, 1 for 9 in the second over. It goes back over the wicket to the right-handed McDonald. Hits that straight. Where does this go? In the air, and the fielder is running back, and it just dropped just inside the boundary. 1 bounce of 4, and Olive really couldn't get back there. But this ball went high in the air, and you can see Olive just really running back, trying to get to it. He just dropped ahead of him, just 1 bounce, and went over the ropes of 4.
Yeah, that one again, not properly timed. He went high into the air, but he had a bit of strength. And so he carried just over the boundary.
19 for 2 in the over number 4. Donald McDonald at the faces Craig Williams, and he's again looking for the big hit coming down the track, making no contact, and that ball just passing close to the leg stump.
But he could not have missed the stumps by any great distance. Everybody probably putting their hands on their head, wondering how he was not bowled. And another very good delivery from Craig Williams.
We see just a change on the field now. Olive goes to mid-on, and Rogers goes to long off, so he goes right back on the boundary. That's Williams. McDonald is hitting that really firmly down to mid-off, and Rogers comes around and fields, so 1 to the total, 20 for 2.
We are seeing the captains and the both innings so far more proactive. They are reacting a lot quicker to situations today.
Yeah, well, I think it all goes down to this is like a final. It's the most important, the importance of this game to both teams, and we see that they look pretty focused, particularly the feel inside. As William goes around the way to Regis. Regis is hitting this one. This one go over long on for 6. Really pick this one up just from outside the off stump and hit it over long on, and really really smooth shot that goes for 6. The 306 of the tournament, and really that shot really probably going to ease the tension just a bit.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you ask why try fixing it when nothing went wrong. It's amazing why you go wrong the wicket, because going around the wicket, he will be slanting the ball into the left hand. And if you watch Regis in most of his shots he played, he usually pull the ball or tug it, and so you will be assisting him by bringing the ball into him. And this one was shot into him, and he pulled it over middle wicket for 6.
So we just see William just went off the field for a while, and Batiste substitute. So after 4 overs, 26 for 2. But as you said, Ali, it's not a huge score. 59 from 36 deliveries.
And more importantly, Regis is still there. He has scored some runs in the competition and must now be one of the key batters.
Yeah, you just need someone to come in and play a big inning. And now we're going to see spin. And from that sudden end, Richard Rogers, right arm leg spin, and he'll be bowling to McDonald, who has shown that he's not afraid to go after the bowling. But he's coming up against the leg spin of Rogers. And let's see what he does. There's a long off right back, long on right back at the ropes as Rogers. And this one is hit and it goes in the air. The long off comes around and takes a really simple catch. And really, you probably could have seen that coming, Ali, as the field was set. And McDonald looking to hit, really looking for power and really not get himself into the right position with in the air. And the fielder coming around, they taking easy catch.
Well, he has played a couple of shots, but he has never timed any of the balls properly. And prior to the ball being bowled, I noted in my mind that this Rogers is bowling with a typical leg spinner's feel, even though it is a 10-10, but he has a typical leg spinner's feel, and all he needs to do is bowl the ball close to the stumps, get some turn. The batters will have some problem, and that was first delivery was right on target.
So really good start by Bailey Blasters. Warriors 26 for 3. We are in the 5th over. And McDonald going the cut by Olive at long off of the bowling of Rogers, first delivery. So really a good start. Really making it difficult.
We'll probably have a later update as to the result of this match in relation to the two teams. Where will they stand?
Well, Bailey Blasters, they are now in 4th position. They are on 7 points. Regis faces plays on the onside and takes a single. So 27 for 3. Both teams are actually on 7 points at this time. So the team that wins here will go to 9 points. Bailey Blasters in 4th position, while Nutmeg Warriors in the 5th position. So if Bailey Blasters win this game, it looks more certain that they're going to make the last 4. Rogers now going to bowl to Samuel Charles. He's hitting this one down to long off again, not getting hold of it. They're going to come back for 2 runs there. Again, the ball just dropping and just pin back as Olive at long off, having to do some running to his right. Samuel Charles, who have not done too well with the bat, knows his ability, but really would need to come good. 29 for 3. Over number 5. Rogers in his first over. Right arm leg spin to Charles. Charles flicking that in the air just over the mid wicket position there. and they picked up a single. Devon Smith in that region. So 30 for 3. A lot of nerves you can see from Samuel Charles. As Rogers now goes around the wicket to the left-handed Regis. Regis on 16. And again, quicker delivery, keeping down low a bit, and Regis just pushing it back on the onside. So really they would need someone to really come in and play a really good innings. As Rogers to Regis, he's back and pushing to mid-wicket, and they pick up a single as William comes in from that position. So that concludes the 5th over. Rogers first over, picking up 1 wicket for 5 runs. It's 31 for 3 after 5 overs.
Good first over from Rogers, 1 for 5 in his first over, and really keeping the pressure on the Warriors. The batters are having a chat in the middle of the wicket, and obviously they have to increase the tempo. They need 54 from 30 deliveries, so some boundaries will have to be struck here. And question who, but Regis is still there. He has played some pretty good innings, some pretty attacking innings, and a lot more. It must be depending on him.
Yes, Regis. Well, not good at 50 so far in the tournament, but has batted well with Fletcher. Had some good opening stands. He's on 17 from 16 deliveries. So far hit 1-4 and 1-6. As Deron Hippolyte, the off spinner, who take up the attack from this northern end, and he's going to go around the wicket to the left-handed Regis. Short third man, backward point. There's a cover on the boundary, extra cover, and a long off on the offside. See the leg side field. Smith at a wide mid-on or close on mid-wicket. Backward square leg on the boundary, mid-wicket on the boundary. As Hippolyte, this one is played straight to the backward point. Duby said they're a little bit slow. So you pick up a single to Regis. And really they need to be looking for some boundaries, Ali.
Yeah, but good bowling and a well-placed field. So the aerial route is the one you might have to choose at this time, and that will be a bit riskier. Still think they're probably playing themselves in probably another over 2 before all out assault.
So 53 runs required, 29 deliveries. And now Hippolyte is going to be bowling to Samuel Charles. And let's see, short delivery, and he's looking to pull. And we'll wait for the signal. It seemed to come off. Let's see. Yes, leg by. Hit probably high up on the tie. And it went down to a short third man, or really a slip position. So 1 extra, 33 for 3. Regis comes back into strike as he's around the wicket to the Regis is hitting that straight. Where does this go? This going to clear long on. Really good shot as he really picked it up. The ball gave him some air, and he got down to it and lifted it over long on for 6.
Again, sometime the bowler had to decide what he wants to do. I think at this stage you're really trying to contain the batter, not to really out him, and that one was real flighted. The type of delivery you'll bowl trying to out a batsman, and he got into it and struck it firmly for 6.
So the run rate is just 7.09 as Hippolyte bowled another delivery, which is played again to that point position. Again, some work there for Dubuset, who chose and just far away from the bowler, and they had to be back up on the boundary. So that's 2 more to Regis. Take the score to 41. And really run rate at 7.24. Required 10.15. We are in it's a 6 over. Hippolyte again, and this one hit down to long on by Regis. And Rogers on the boundary with the ambles another single. It's 42 for 3. Nutmeg Warriors need 85 for victory. And just 4 overs after this one. Samuel Charles as Hippolyte continues around the wicket to the right-handed Charles. And for this delivery, he's looking to hit some wide signal by the umpire. Charles really looking to hit through the offside as he made no contact. Hippolyte just pushing this one through outside the off stump. Let's see what he does now to Charles. Again, Charles hit this one down to long off, and Rogers on the boundary comes wrong. And the batsman take one more. So that completes the over, 44 for 3. And we have 6 overs completed.
Yeah, and reasonably good over in terms of the way things were going for the batting side, but they still need to score 10 runs over. Probably if you get down to the last over and you need 10, you still think you have a chance. But they will need to speed it up a bit to put themselves in a comfortable position. You don't want it going right down to the wire at 44 for 3. They still need 41 of 24 deliveries. I think must be a message that is coming out there to the batters.
Yeah, they certainly do want a big over, probably 20 runs over, which will make it a lot easier. Still need to get up to 10.25 from here. Regis still there, 27 from 20 deliveries. And Rogers going to bowl his second over. As
he had a pretty good first over.
His first over. As he's up to the wicket and bowled. And is he looking to pull this one and bowl him? A really bad shot by Samuel, not a bad delivery. Looking to pull a ball that really wasn't all that short. And playing across it. And really hitting the maybe top of the off stump. And again, a really bad shot by Samuel.
Yeah, and could have been that he was deceived because that one didn't turn and it came through straight, and he was swinging, probably trying to play for the turn. There wasn't any, and a quicker delivery also. And you know, that's what I said about the previous bowler, that you don't need probably to flight it so much at this stage. The quicker and sharper deliveries will be a more defensive ball, and that one was quite a defensive ball, and the batter now had to attack. And he tried, missed, and was bowled.
So Samuel really continued to struggle. He started the tournament, didn't get off. Well, even at the previous tournament, you know, he really struggled. He's a player that had great ability, opened the batting, and but high up in the order, but really haven't been able to get off. Well, Cyrus it is. Played on the onside, first delivery, and goes for a single. They're going to come back for a second run at overthrow as the bowler, they're out of position. And the fielder coming in, shine at the non-strikers end. And they quickly come back for another run.
I think it was a bit of risky run for the person going at the top end, but he was able to make it where the choke went to the wrong end.
So it's 46 as. He's down the track as Cyrus hitting this high. Let's see, the long on fielder is coming around. Gets under it and drops the catch. Really got both hands hit and really dropped it. Another bad miss there. Let's see. As we look at the replay, the ball went down to the fielder. He got both hands. A lot of time to see it. Both hands see it and went through.
Again, I think taking the catch too low, and so when it came out to his hand, he didn't have a second chance.
Cyrus is driving down to long off, and he pick up a single. So the score moves to 49.
That could be a crucial drop catch.
Yeah, really. Cyrus come in, and you have no choice but really have to attack. As Regis comes in to strike, he's on 27. Rogers goes around the wicket to left-handed Regis. Regis swinging this one. This goes, let's see, over long on for 6. And again, the fielder got both hands hit and really went over his head for another 6. Really another chance going up again.
Let's see. Could be a difficult one. Let's see. Yeah, he really. You have to be probably a good cricketer, a top cricketer, playing a lot of cricket to hold on to these catches. It looked simple, but just coming to take these catches, his ball was struck pretty firm. As you can see, where it went after it struck the bowler arm. And yes, a drop catch, but I would say not the easiest of catches.
So 11 from this over so far. 1 delivery to go. 55 for 4.
2 drop catches.
Regis are going to face Rogers again, coming from around the wicket. This one he pushed it back along the wicket, and that completes the over. Really have been a good spell by Rogers, taking 2 overs, no made 16 runs, 2 wickets, and really should have picked up at least another one in this over.
Yes, and you know, the batters, you can't falter them. Of course, they are picking up a bit, 30 runs of 18 deliveries, but they have to go at it. They have to strike. They have to strike boundaries, and they are trying. I think they have been assisted a bit by the fielding side, by the drop catches, but very exciting finish looking the prospect here, because 30 runs of 18 deliveries is still a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, and Hippolyte, he's going to bowl his second over. Regis on 33. Cyrus on 5. Both batsmen given chances. Hippolyte going to continue around the wicket as we see the long off. It's right back on the boundary. Rogers. The long on is also right back. There's a mid-wicket right back. As Rogers to Cyrus and outside the off stump, looking for the big drive there, really wide of the off stump. Yeah, in the 8th over, so really he's getting close. As Hippolyte to Cyrus, and Cyrus again looking for the big swing again, making no contact, and Smith picking off the bails there.
Well, you know, again, you know, Regis is on the other end, so there is no one in the middle wicket region nearly. There's one on the boundary, and that's about it. You can just turn the ball and take a run.
Hippolyte to Cyrus, and he plays a mid wicket, and the fielder comes off the boundary, and only one.
And if he had tried to play there, he could have probably picked up 2 by playing it between the 2 players. But the swing, he got an inside edge, and he was fortunate to get that inside edge and get a single. But sometimes we had to know who is the batter we're batting with and try to put him in strike as much as possible.
So Regis comes into strike. See more adjustment on the field. As Hippolyte comes around the wicket to bowl to Regis. Regis down the track and lifting this one. Let's see, it goes down to the fielder. Goes through his hands. That's Williams there, and goes for 4. Really simple catch there, and went through his hands for 4.
Well, I think they're really assisting the batting side. That's the 3rd job catch in the last over and a half, and all through the hands of the fielders. No real spectacular effort or difficult catch. They're just not holding on.
So 60 for 4. And I believe Blaster would have lost this game. Really, they had themselves to be blamed. They had some catches drop. We know seen.
I've not seen that many times in cricket where there seems to be a technical timeout.
Yeah, well, we've seen Devon Smith, the captain, certainly very annoyed. Some of the catches really have been easy catches dropped. Just quickly calling the team together. I don't know how much time we'll have to do that, but we've seen the players together now. As the umpire get involved, they quickly move back into their position.
Well, there is a technical timeout in football now after half-time in the first half, so probably they're introducing it in cricket.
So 60 for 4. We are in the 8th over. Warriors require 25 from 14 deliveries.
I don't think it's sloppy play. I just think the guys are not catching the ball, and I don't know how much you could tell them now to get them to do it right.
So it's 60 for 4 as we look at Hippolyte comes around the wicket again. Go to Regis. Regis swinging. This one goes down to long on, and they're going to straight to Rogers, who take the catch. And really,
what is happening there?
Seem to be we're looking to see if there's a signal, but there seemed to be a no ball there. No ball signal there by the umpire. Probably didn't pick up that no ball.
Surely the batters pick it up because they were turning and running, but the field side didn't pick it up, and we didn't pick it up from here. But surely the batter saw it, and the fielder obviously didn't. He threw the ball in the air, allowing the batsman to get another run.
63 for 4 and 39 to Regis, who really
smart cricket by Regis, really
playing a good inning so far. As Hippolyte, still 2 more deliveries in over. He's down and he's hitting this one. No, this goes high in the air. Rogers again is moving under it and takes the catch. And again, being a no ball.
A free hit.
Free hit, so another single to Regis. Really put all into it, looking to hit it over that long on fence. Score moves to 65 for 4.
He's not timing the ball as he did in previous innings. Regis seems to have lost his timing a bit.
So he faces another delivery from Hippolyte, and again he's sort of dragging this one down to a wide long on. They're going to come back for 2, and really have been good over. Good over for the Warriors. They go to 67 for 4 with 2 overs remaining. There are 18 runs to get. After a few comments from Ali Belot, Stevenson Warm gonna bring us home.
Well, a pretty exciting over. Number of drop catches, no balls, timeout being called by the field side. The batters swinging and at everything. Pretty exciting over has gone there. Drop catches, so 67 for 4. They require 18 now of 12 deliveries. Still in the balance. I don't think anyone could say they're heads and shoulders ahead.
Well, you got one part of the equation there by Ali de Belot. The other is that the required run rate is 9. I think we're both saying the same thing. So Cyrus 6, Regis 43. Lot depended on him. Can they pull this off, the Warriors? 9 runs per over. They'd want to at least get 10 in this one. 18. Yeah, that's right. 18 of 12. So it's going to be Williams moving into bowl to Darryl Cyrus.
Big over could assist them quite a bit here.
Yeah, you're right. Here he is in bright sunshine. Passes the umpire now on both. Well, he doesn't bowl. That ball now signaled by the umpire. So I'm sure that quite a number of people on the edge of the seat now looking with keen interest. This match is an exciting one, low scoring one, comparatively that is. 67 for 4 Warriors. As here once more is Williams moving past the umpire now, and he bowls outside the off. There is a appeal for cut behind, gone. Well, Cyrus caught there by Dennis Smith standing up, looking to heave that over long off. Got a feather, the catch taken, and so Warriors, they've lost another wicket. Total now 67 for 5, and Cyrus has gone for 6.
Cyrus never really looked into it at the stage of the game. Again, this with Regis on the other end, you'll think, well, probably let's give Regis a strike and see, because he has not been timing or hitting the ball that well. And again, going for a big hit, but a very, very good catch from the wicketkeeper standing up. The piece pitching up, swinging. In fact, the batter actually went across a bit and should have obstructed him somewhat, but he still was able to hold on.
Yes, it was a good catch, really good catch. The deflection was not big. The edge was thin, feather-like, and he took a good catch, standing up. So, well done, Dennis Smith. Jackson now comes in to replace Cyrus. as here once more is Ronald Williams moves in with his second delivery in now and bowls outside the off stump. The ball peels off the outer edge. They will in fact go for the single. They won't come back for the second one as the return comes in to the keeper. So they'll be set there at short third man. One more, one to Jackson. Oh, the umpire signaled by. Sorry, so he's still yet to score. Regis is 43. He's the key. He's the key to the difference between, in my opinion, success and defeat. Regis. A lot would depend upon him.
He has not been timing the ball that well, but he's on 43 of 26. So surely the key player in there.
So here is Williams once more coming in to bowl to the left-handed Regis. He is passing the umpire now and bowls to Regis, who is swinging at outside the off stump. And it was wide and full. So he's thinking is Williams. He had room, but it was sort of full, so he couldn't get under it. Total remains on 68 for 5.
Very good defensive ball. Not much you could do with that.
The run rate required now 11.33. They need 17 of 9. Williams. Could he be a star here this morning? Comes in now, bowls to Regis. Regis is getting a good delivery that he pushes down to long off. They've hustled for one. They will come back for the second. The return comes into the keeper's end. And they're having to stride, I must admit, Regis. But Devon Smith had to come off the long off boundary. He had to cover about 20 yards to his right and come in a bit. The batsman saw the opportunity for 2 and they got it. It's gone to 45. 70 now for 5 as it's once more Williams moving past the umpire in now and bowls to Regis. Regis is hitting that back to the bowler and really came back very quickly at him and didn't hold on to it, and the batsman had time to cross for 1.
Is it a job? Is it a chance or
no,
did
I'm not sure. We could have got the replay. It would have been nice to see whether it went straight back to him. It really went back hard too, so it might well have been a drop chance. Jackson faces up now to Williams. There's Williams to Jackson. Jackson is there's an appeal for cut behind, not out, says the umpire. So Dennis Smith just appealing there. Nobody supported his appeal. The over comes to an end, and at the end of over number 9, Nutmeg Warriors, they're 71 for 5. 71 for 5. It means that they need 14 of 6. They must have at least 2 boundaries in this over to get there.
Well, I will just give the field inside the edge based on the momentum they had. Of course, as we said, Regis is still there, so he will have to bring out his A game. Let's see who's going to bowl this crucial over.
Yeah, you're right. Critical over, but he's got some runs to play with. Not a whole lot, just 14 of them. And I have seen those. I mean, it can go anyway.
Yeah, and the bowler Charles has bowled quite a bit in the competition. Right? Can't say he's been that top bowler, so I think both teams still will feel in with a chance.
Sure, right. Kieran Charles. Devon Smith just having a word with him, trying to advise him accordingly. Let's see the field. There's a short third man, sweeper right back, conventional short short extra cover. Sorry, well, it's going to be, yes, Regis taking strikes. There's a deep extra cover, long off, long on, as here comes in Charles. In now, and bowls to Regis. Regis is lifting that over the cover area. The catch is going to be taken. Yes, gone! Good running catch there. Taken down at the deep extra cover area. And the fielder coming across there, was it Noel? Yes, Noel took the catch. Tumbled over in the end. So Regis, the mainstay for Warriors, just held out down at the deep extra cover area. Josh Noel taking the catch. And so they've lost another wicket. 71 for 6, 71 for 6 as Regis goes.
A very, very important wicket for Charles in his first delivery, but a very good catch from Josh Noel, and the sort of straight extra cover boundary. He had to move in, he threw himself, and he tumbled, he held on. They have missed quite a couple catches before that, probably 3 or 4, and so it's probably a very welcome sight to see one of the players holding on to a catch.
So
it seems as if the timeout discussion has worked.
It certainly has, hasn't it? Charles will get ready. He's going to be bowling to Jackson. The deep square leg comes just to the left of the square leg umpire. The extra cover is right back on the boundary, long off back on the boundary, and the cover also back on the boundary, long on, deep mid wicket. Here is Charles in now, bowls to Jackson. Jackson hits that. That's going. That's going. It's still going. It's gone. Outside the boundary line. That's 6. Hey, that was a hefty blow. He hit it well. The timing was absolutely superb. Opened up the shoulders well. And from the moment he hit it, somehow he knew. He had some confidence that it was going to go over the boundary line. It did.
I think it was Jackson that hit one of the biggest sixes in the competition so far on top of the stadium. So he has ability to hit, and that's a excellent shot.
Craig Williams would have a word there with Charles.
I wonder if he tried a slower delivery. Again, I was saying at this stage you don't need to, you have to bowl defensive ball. You don't need to try anything.
Well, let's see what he is going to try. Is Charles moves in now to bowl to Jackson. Jackson is hitting that in the air. Somebody's going under it. The catch is going to be taken. Down at long off. Devon Smith takes the catch. So Jackson goes, cut down at long off. He is gone for 6. And well, the Warriors, they were depending on him, really depending on him to do something special. Well, couldn't really get the kind of distance. Got elevation, not the distance. They're now all the 7s on the board, 77 for 7. They require 8 from 3.
I think Jackson will be a little bit disappointed because it was in the slot. He probably didn't hold his balance and enough. He sort of stumbled into the shot. He was forcing to hit it. He pulled the front leg away from the ball. Had he gone a little into it, it might have been more effective. But a simple and good catch from Smith on the boundary.
Well, Joseph goes in, will be Sheldon Joseph. Here is Charles Boster. Joseph hits that back past the bowler. There's going to be a chase here for Devon Smith. Comes around. They will come back for the second. The return comes into the non-striker's end. And they get 2. Home. That was hit straight. If Devon Smith didn't come across there quickly, could have gone over the boundary. But he kept his cool and calm and composure very well. So they need 6 of 2 balls. Here is Charles moving in now. There and bowls outside the off stop. Hits that. That's gone for 6. That's gone for 6. That's gone for 6. Believe it or not, that's gone for 6. Oh, what a dramatic match this. Nutmeg Warriors, they have won this game. Joseph came out and he hit that straight down the ground and it went for 6. 1 delivery to go. The target has been reached. Tell you what, Bayleaf Blasters are stunned. They are stunned. They are stunned. Well, and he did it and just crossed his leg as if nothing had happened. He was confident that he could have done it. Well, the rest of his players, fellow players, going out and congratulating Joseph for a mammoth hit. He hit it straight. Everyone had to look at that ball as it sailed over the boundary line. So the Nutmeg Warriors, they've won this game and they've won it by 3 wickets. What a marvelous contest this is. And I'm sure that Bayleaf Blasters might well be crestfallen because they know absolutely that yesterday they had a game to win. Today was another nail biter. And the Warriors, in a true warrior-like manner, they've pulled quite a stunning victory.
Well, I think it's a good shot, but the ball was there for it.
was there.
Yeah, you at that stage in the game, I'm not too sure what he tried. Not too sure if it was a slower delivery, if he took pace off the ball, but it didn't look as a fast delivery. Trying to avoid the batsman from hitting. It was right in the slot, and but good batting, a very hard hit, a very straight hit, and it's a type of shot that could win matches.
Yeah, it kept the shape though. Very often you would see that when it comes down to crunch time, batsmen could just lose their shape. He really didn't, and he hit that ball over as straight as a pipeline. And when that ball left the bat, there was a sweet sound of leather on willow. The elevation was superb. The distance was clear, no question about it. It didn't just limp over the boundary line. No, it went a good 15 yards back. So, Nutmeg Warriors, they've won this game. It came down to the last two deliveries, and a big hit by Sheldon Joseph brought the Warriors home. 85 for 7, 85 for 7. And they win by 3 wickets. So,
well, you would have thought that with that score, the batting side would have had a comfortable victory. So you still have to give the feelings that even though they dropped quite a number of catches. So I think, yes, the last ball being hit for 6, not the best ball from the bowler, but prior to that, they dropped quite a number of catches, and really, it was a poor performance by the team in the field.
yes, and I dare say the catching in the tournament has not necessarily been that good, we must admit. We've seen too many catches go down. The ground feeling hasn't been bad, but the catching has been below average. So that's something that all the various teams would have to look at, and when you come down to the final, Ali, you'd want to make sure that those misses that you would have in preliminaries, you won't want to miss those at all. So let's just quickly go through the scorecard for you, which has rather interesting reading. Only one batsman was able to get into the double figures from a total of 85. Now that's incredible. So Fletcher was caught John Olive of the bowling of Williams, and he went for 1. Shondell Regis, who played a master innings of 46 before he was caught Josh Noel of the bowling of Kem Charles. He faced 30 balls, spent 48 minutes at the crease, and struck 2 4s and 3 6s. Akeem Alexis was run out by John Olive. He went for 2. Donald McDonald caught Olive, bowled Rogers 5. Samuel Charles bowled Rogers 4. Cyrus caught Dennis Smith, bowled Williams for 6. Haston Jackson was caught Devon Smith, bowled Charles for 6. Sheldon Joseph, who really would become something of a hero, was not out 8 of the 2 balls that he faced. A mammoth 6 that he hit, the penultimate delivery, and Javon Andrew not out, no score, didn't face a ball. Well, in the bowling department, Amical Dubisset bowled very well. 2 overs, no miss, didn't pick up a wicket, 5 runs. Craig Williams, 1 for 20. A little bit surprised that he opened the innings of 2. Richard Rogers, 2 for 16 of 2. Duran Hippolyte, none for 24 of 2. A bit expensive there. Ronald Williams, just 1 over for 3 runs, did have a wicket. And Kieran Charles had 2 for 14 of 5 balls. So this was a thriller, an absolute thriller, nail biter, and it came right down to the wire. And well, just to see if we can give you the lineup for the rest of the day, the schedule of matches. Club Challengers, that's at midday, will be coming up against Cinnamon Pacers, and Saffron Strikers at 2 o'clock will be coming up against Ginger Generals. So the next match coming up, Challengers versus Pacers, and we'll be on hand to bring you the commentary.